Hello and welcome to this informational video. My name is Martin Johnstone and I'll be delivering this informational video to you today. And what we'll be covering is what is the NoGaps system, as well as what are its major component parts. The NoGaps system essentially is a user management system for about 7 different enterprise level open source packages that are commonly used for telemarketing, voice over IP, as well as CRM, which is customer relationship management. So I'll go ahead and get into this here and start covering what these basic parts are. So this is vTiger, this is the CRM, and as you can see here in the bullet points, some of the things that it covers are Salesforce automation, which is essentially in your sales processes you might divvy up your leads, your prospects, assign them as certain potentials, meaning they may purchase certain products, may pay a certain amount, what's their value, and also establish what a sequence is for that. So for example, a customer, you might send them an email, then follow up with a phone call, follow up with a price quote, and so forth. Well, the Salesforce automation basically makes a lot of those steps automatic, so your salespeople can basically follow with your standard organizational patterns. Marketing automation is having to do with, let's say, overall email marketing campaigns. The system will do opt-in, opt-out type campaigns over email, accumulate your leads off of the internet. You've got web forms where you can post to forms on the net, which then get drawn into your system automatically. You can then set up email marketing campaigns, set up workflows, which essentially is the automation aspect of you have conditions that can get met, or initiate events based upon obtaining new leads. And when, let's say, new leads come into your system, you might send them several emails if they respond yes, for example, or if there's certain conditions that are met in the emails that they respond with. Maybe you'll set them up with a phone call, and that's part of the marketing automation. Those are just some examples. And customer support and service, which is you can create tickets and so forth, and order management. So when customers have orders for products, fulfilling those orders gets tracked inside the database, and it's all in one place. Another component is vCdial, and vCdial is the leading open source telemarketing software package, and it's quite complete. It has a full reporting system, user management, group management. You can assign groups to campaigns, so have multiple users on the same campaign, which is basically an idea with the system. And I've been implementing many vCdial systems, many telemarketing systems basically, and this software really does well. Every place that I've installed it at, they've increased their income in those sales departments. Even with a place where they just had 3 to 5 people on, they were experiencing at least an increase of $8,000 a month. Another where they have 5 to 7, they're looking at an additional $15,000 to $30,000 a month, approximately. So that's vCdial. And essentially what this system is, you can load in a list, assign those leads to a specific campaign, call them, and you can set up responses that your callers will be able to click or respond to as what's called dispositions, meaning when you place a call away, whether it's a wrong number, whether it's a sale, whether it's a survey done, you have the freedom to choose what type of responses you want your callers to click as you move through that list. And an additional feature of this is, for example, if you have 5 guys on the phones, and let's say you purchase a list off the net and the lead quality is not that good, you may dial on 10 phone lines at a time. The system will automatically pick up disconnected numbers and mark them as such, so those don't need to get passed through your callers. What your callers basically deal with really is either answering machines or live people. So of course, you know, the technology on detection, whether it's a live person or not, it's not perfect. And vCdial is on the side of being less intensive on the computer checking, meaning determining whether it's a live person or not, which is actually more ethical and results actually in better customer service. So that's vCdial, the telemarketing system. FreePBX is your user interface to controlling the leading open source telephony software, which is called Asterisk. And Asterisk basically deals with, I'll go ahead and log in here. Asterisk basically deals with being able to create extensions. You can have extensions for your internal staff, and you can actually have one of our NoGaps system servers actually connect in with your phone system inside your office, or you can actually establish a completely voice over IP based phone system. We have clients that actually have this set up already and experience actually improved voice quality versus dealing with standard phone lines, as well as using this type of system when you go over totally voice over IP. You're also looking probably about at a minimum of a 40% price decrease in what you pay per month. Also, this system will do essentially anything a $7 million NEC phone system will do. It will email you your voicemails. It will transcribe them for you if you have that set up. It will track your voicemails. It gives you a web interface to access your voicemails. It'll set up follow me features, which essentially are, let's say for example you're not in your office and you set your system to away from desk. It'll automatically forward phone calls to your cell phone if you set it up to do so. It also has a panel which allows for, let's say, a receptionist to route and handle phone calls by drag and drop. It also, like I said earlier, it gives you an individual login. So for example, for your voicemail and controlling your phone calls. So for example, you have 200 employees. They can log in, check their voicemail over a web page, and listen to it. I've answered all my voicemails. That's on this particular account, so none are there. But phone feature, for example, you can enable unconditional call forwarding to a specific number, and just set it. The system will unconditionally forward. If you're unavailable or busy, you can actually have it forwarded to different numbers. So there's a taste of that. And another component is email. So built right into the system is the capability to use IMAP email, which is probably the most commonly used form of email aside from webmail. Postfix is your administration, your in-depth administration for your mail system. Allows you to set up multiple domains if you like. In this case, you'll see we have just one domain listed here, which is the 323help.com domain. And if you click on that, you can see that there's email set up. You can set up aliases for email accounts, add users, you can add domains, and a single system can host, quite a few domains, because when you purchase a NoGaps system, it's delivered actually with a database backend. Most mail servers actually use a traditional flat file system, meaning just regular like text files to store their listing of domains and mail addresses. In this case, we use a database backend to improve the speed, so it uses less overhead, and so any NoGaps system that would arrive to you would be completely ready to, I'd say, safely host anywhere from 30 to 50 domains. So if you have email coming in all these various domains, that would be fine. Good. And now back here to our login page of the NoGaps system. So I'm going to go ahead and log in here. And as you can see, we have the extensions here on the left. The extension passwords, username, password, first name, last name, and email address. And you can also see here we have the listed, free PPX vStyle vTiger email, right? If it's not enabled for an individual user, when you go to add a new user, you can actually select a checkbox to enable the various options. If you do not want to do that, you actually don't have to select them, and you can still create users. Let's say, for example, you just want to give somebody access to the vTiger system. Just check that one off. Still fill in the extension fields. If you want, you can just leave zeros. But basically, you can create a username. And once you say save, it'll save that information into all of those various